Hello, everybody. How are you? I have recently learned a new concept that is related to the passage from Galatians chapter 3, verse 24 onwards, all the way until next chapter, verse 7. So 3:23 through 4:7 of Galatians. The concept of law and what law did, the role of law, and then after Christ came, we are free from that. So he uses a word guardian. There is a practice in Paul's day in Greek and Roman culture where people employ usually slaves to take care of children. Their behavior, their conduct, their food and nutrition, safety, etiquette, everything about the kid. Practically, these kids are raised by these custodians or guardians, and the term for that is pedagogue. Pedagogue. So, the role of this pedagogue is to make sure the kid or the child is in a decent or grows into a decent man with good character, being responsible, having good etiquette, eats well, grows well, learns well, conduct, moral values, behavior, everything. I mean, this pedagogue travels to school with the kid, sits with the kid in the school classroom, and then comes home with him. So it's like all the time, 24 hours, the pedagogue is responsible for the kid until the date set by father of the child. You will see that in verse 7, I think, or verse 4 of chapter 4. So if you understand this, then it's easy to understand when you read this again. So the main concept here is the law was like a guardian. And so the guardian's role was to help with upbringing, the discipline part, the punishments, the etiquette, the mannerisms, character, values, education, behavior, all of that, until the date set by the father. So this job is temporary. Pedagogue's job is temporary. Starts when the kid is around 7 or 8, all the way until the kid becomes an adult, ready for taking upon the maybe business or ownership or whatever it is that the father has a job for the child until that time. So it's for a few years, 11 or 12, something of that sort. And so there will be a ceremony after the end of this whole arrangement where the child and the dad, there will be a ceremony where the dad gives or puts on a coat or a robe and taking off his old childish robe or something, just as a symbol for you're now no longer a child, you are an adult, ready to take on the responsibilities that I have assigned to you. Something of that sort. So now with this understanding, when you read this passage, it helps us to understand what law did, and after Christ and the redemption and the salvation, we no longer under the law and we are sons. And yeah, so that's it. This was a very interesting concept when I heard it, and so I never heard of that until now, a few weeks ago, from our pastor. And so I wanted to pass it along, guessing that not many of you might have heard the story or this actual practice among the Greeks and the Romans. God bless.